Today we are going to listen about Make Your Bed. The author Admiral William H. McRaven didn't set out to write a book, but after a simple speech he gave to the graduating class of the University of Texas in 2014 went viral, watched by millions around the world. He realized something profound. People crave simple, real, and actionable wisdom, not fluff, not complexity, just plain truths that stand the test of adversity. And so, Make Your Bed was born. The title itself captures a core lesson. Small actions done with discipline can shape your life. This book is a collection of 10 life lessons McRaven learned during his time as a Navy SEAL. Lessons forged in the crucible of one of the most grueling military training programs in the world, and tested in war zones, ocean depths, and leadership roles across decades. But these lessons aren't just for soldiers. They're for anyone looking to become stronger, more resilient, more courageous, and ultimately more successful in their own personal battles. So, let's dive into the 10 lessons that McRaven believes can change your life, and maybe even the world. Lesson 1. Start your day with a task completed. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. Sounds trivial, right? But let's dig deeper. Making your bed in the morning is about more than neatness. It's about discipline, order, and momentum. McRaven explains that during SEAL training, instructors would inspect the recruits' beds with the precision of a master sergeant, looking for perfect corners, smooth sheets, and centered pillows. At first, it seems absurd to worry about beds when you're training to jump out of helicopters or swim in icy waters. But there's a method to this madness. Here's why making your bed matters. It builds discipline from the first minute of the day. It gives you a small win, a sense of accomplishment. It reminds you that little things matter, and if you've had a bad day, at least you come home to a made bed. Real-world insight. In chaotic times, the act of doing something simple and controlled, like making your bed, helps anchor you emotionally and mentally. Take away a start small, start consistent, start with something you can control, build from there. Lesson 2. You can't go it alone. If you want to change the world, find someone to help you paddle. During SEAL training, there's a brutal exercise called the surf passage, where small boat teams must paddle through crashing waves. Alone, it's impossible. Together, it's difficult, but doable. This lesson is about the power of teamwork. McRaven recalls his boat crew, 6 men rowing in perfect unison, each depending on the other. When they worked together, even the roughest seas couldn't stop them. But the moment someone fell out of sync, the boat floundered. In life, you need mentors to guide you. You need peers to support you. You need loved ones to remind you of who you are. No one is self-made. Every successful person stands on the shoulders of others: parents, teachers, teammates, friends. Takeaway: if you're facing a challenge, don't isolate yourself. Ask for help. Offer help. Paddle together. Lesson 3. Only the size of your heart matters. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart. SEAL training is brutal, and one of the more notorious parts is the obstacle course. One challenge, the slide for life, required recruits to crawl hand over hand down a rope suspended high above a pool. The fastest man to complete it? A small stature guy with grit like iron. McRaven emphasizes that in the SEALs, it wasn't the biggest, strongest, or loudest recruits who thrived. It was the ones with heart, those who had deep wells of determination, resilience, and courage. Real-world reflection. The best employees aren't always the ones with the fanciest degrees. The most loyal friends might be quiet in the crowd. Leaders with heart inspire far more than those with brute force. Takeaway: don't underestimate anyone. And more importantly, don't underestimate yourself. It's not your size or resume that matters. It's your inner drive. Lesson 4. Get over being a sugar cookie. If you want to change the world, get over being a sugar cookie and keep moving forward. What's a sugar cookie? In SEAL training, if you messed up, even for reasons beyond your control, you'd be ordered to jump into the surf, roll in the sand, and spend the rest of the day wet and gritty. That was being a sugar cookie. There was no explanation, no fairness, just pain and discomfort. McRaven's point: life isn't fair. You can do everything right and still fail. You can be the best and still get overlooked. And sometimes you'll get punished for no good reason. But those who succeed don't waste time complaining. They don't let unfairness become a permanent narrative. They get back up, brush off the sand, and keep going. Takeaway: don't expect fairness. Expect hardship. Embrace it and become stronger through it. Lesson 5. Don't be afraid of the circus. If you want to change the world, don't be afraid of the circus. In SEAL training, there's a dreaded list, the circus list. Recruits who fall behind in physical tests must attend 2 extra hours of grueling workouts at the end of each day. It's meant to break you. But here's the twist. Those who endured the circus consistently became some of the strongest recruits. Why? Because adversity built endurance. Because pain built toughness. Because failure led to growth. In life, we all have our circus moments. Getting rejected from your dream job, failing an exam, facing divorce, loss, humiliation. But McRaven insists, don't run from the circus. Show up for it. Takeaway: failure isn't the end. It's the training ground for greatness. Your worst days may build your best version. Lesson 6. Slide down the obstacle head first. If you want to change the world, sometimes you have to slide down the obstacle head first. One of the hardest parts of the obstacle course was a tall, intimidating slide. Most recruits approached it cautiously. But one day, a recruit broke the course record by doing something different. He dove headfirst. It was risky, unconventional, daring, but it paid off. McRaven's message: there are times in life when calculated risk is necessary. Playing it safe won't lead to breakthrough. Sometimes to win, you have to leap. Real-life applications: starting a business, speaking up for yourself, leaving a toxic job or relationship. Takeaway: be bold, be smart, but be brave enough to dive headfirst when the moment calls for it. Lesson 7. Don't back down from the sharks. If you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. In SEAL combat diving training, the fear of sharks was real, and instructors made it worse by telling tales of shark attacks. One rule stood out: if a shark approaches, punch it in the snout. Don't run, fight. The shark becomes a metaphor: bullies, tyrants, fears, obstacles. The only way to defeat them is to face them head-on. McRaven recounts facing real enemies in war zones: terrorists, extremists, dangerous threats. Retreating would have meant more loss. Courage was the only path forward. Takeaway: fear is real, but it doesn't have to control you. Stand your ground. Be the one who fights when others flee. Lesson 8. Be your very best in your darkest moments. If you want to change the world, be your very best in your darkest moments. In one training evolution, SEAL recruits are dropped into deep, cold, pitch-black water. They must repair equipment while completely blind. It's terrifying, lonely, and exhausting. But this is where true character is forged. McRaven has lived this in war too. When missions go wrong, friends are lost, or plans crumble. In those moments, you have a choice: panic, freeze, or rise. Real-world lesson: your darkest days, illness, loss, depression, failure, are defining. They will either break you or build you. You decide. Takeaway: train yourself to stay calm under pressure. Lean on preparation, and remember, your best can emerge in your worst. Lesson 9. Start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. If you want to change the world, start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. The final week of SEAL training is called Hell Week. One night, the recruits were submerged in freezing mud. Morale was collapsing. Hypothermia was setting in. Then one man started singing. Off-key, ridiculous, defiant. Others joined, and something shifted. The song didn't warm the mud, but it warmed the soul. This lesson? Hope matters. Humor matters. Spirit matters. When you're at your lowest, even a small light can lead the way. Takeaway: find joy in suffering, laugh in the face of despair, inspire others even when you're hurting. Lesson 10. Don't ever, ever ring the bell. If you want to change the world, don't ever, ever ring the bell. In SEAL training, there's a brass bell in the center of the compound. If a recruit is done, too tired, too cold, too broken, they simply ring the bell. No shame, no questions. But ringing the bell means quitting. And McRaven says, never ring the bell. Not in training, not in life. Life will tempt you to give up on goals, dreams, people, yourself. But the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. McRaven's core belief: the most powerful people in the world are not those who avoid struggle. They're those who refuse to quit. Conclusion: the bed is just the beginning. Admiral McRaven closes the book with a reminder. The world is hard, unfair, and often heartbreaking. But you are stronger than you think, and you have tools at your disposal, not grand gestures, but simple habits, mindsets, and choices that build greatness one step at a time. Make your bed, help others, show heart, accept unfairness, embrace failure, take risks, face your fears, shine in darkness, find joy in pain, never quit. If you live these lessons, not just once, but daily, you won't just change your own life. You might change the world. So what do you take away from this book? You don't need to climb Everest or join the Navy to live with honor, courage, and discipline. McRaven's message is clear. Start small, make your bed, lean on others and lift them up. Embrace discomfort. It makes you stronger. Take risks. Act boldly. Face your fears. Punch the sharks. Be calm in chaos. Be the voice of hope. And above all, never quit. Your life is a mission. Every small act of discipline, kindness, or courage creates ripples. Push one more time. Take one more step. As long as you don't quit, you haven't lost. Start today. Start simple. All right.